Todd, that was hard work for a half, but I thought once you got up and going in the second half, you played some good footy, and in the end, a pretty solid win.
Yeah, it's probably a tale of two halves, wasn't it? The first half was, not great, and then the second half was really good. So, there's some more stuff for us to learn, and our second half was pretty good. We had a few challenges along the way with personnel, and but we finished off really well, so that was a positive.
Your midfield led the way again, especially in the contested ball area. When you've got Hockey and Schloeth and Subin leading the way in that area, it's probably unlikely that another team's going to get on top of you in the midfield, which has been the case the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but we're still probably on top around the stoppage early, even for the first half, and sort of quick kicked it a lot and kicked it back to them. So I thought we fixed that up at half time. We had some guys, probably that were down in the first half. Some of our bigger guys probably had very little impact on the game in the first half, and in the second half they were able to impact and have an impact in the contest, and that certainly helped us.
Some of your small defenders are playing really good footy. Steve Edwards is now getting back to some really good form. Kai Russell back there is doing good stuff. Jason Mascos too. You happy with the way those guys are travelling?
Yeah, look, certainly they looked much better in the second half, I guess. But I thought they hung in there. They were under a fair bit of pressure in the first half, and we really didn't get a lot of pressure on the ball, so it makes it pretty hard to defend. But they hung in there, and certainly had a pretty solid performance in the second half.
The forward line all year, you just haven't been able to get the personnel right that you would have hoped from the start of the year. And again, Saunders came back in the reserves, but he still wasn't there today. Matty Parker went out probably at a time where you really didn't want him to, but you're still finding ways to kick goals. And Corey Delilio, I guess, was the standout forward today.
He was a standout on the scoreboard. I thought when Sloth and Pickett went forward, their movement really helped us. Look, it's always a challenge for everyone with personnel, especially this time of year. So hopefully, we'll get all those guys back in time. But yeah, look, we're happy with the group in the second half today. It gave us another couple of chances for another two debutants to have a look at, so that's a positive as well.
That has been a real positive all year, that you've been able to bring in young guys while still winning games with a senior squad. But you've been able to bring in a lot of debutants now, and two more today. And Zach kicked a goal with his first kick, and Chris Arsu, who's probably been waiting for a while for his chance, and he showed some good signs too. Yeah,
it's fantastic. Look, going forward, we think we've got that real good young batch of players that we've been able to expose a little bit, and it just makes them hungry, I guess, and gives them a good idea of the difference between reserves footy and senior footy. So they've certainly played their part. So yeah, it was really pleasing, and it was quite an even performance. I mean, Hockey and Subin, I thought, inside, Dragovic inside in the second half. So Pearson down back as well. So yeah, look, it was pleasing.
Now with 2 games to go, do you get to a point where you're trying to really knuckle down your best 22 over the next 2 weeks, if you can, health-wise, but you try to get Main, Saunders and Parker back, and do you try to nail down your best 22 over the next 2 weeks?
If they're available. But we've also been pretty conscious that we need our best players available at the end of the year. Luckily, our performances to this point, we've won enough games that we know we're going to qualify, and we're going to qualify top and get a double chance. So, we've made a pretty conscious decision to, obviously with Dylan and with Saunders and all our injured or guys that are a bit sore, to be honest, is to make sure that we get them right. So that's the main aim.
Do you have any concerns out of today of guys that will be in doubt over the next couple of weeks?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of, but look, it's pretty heavy and pretty slippery, so no doubt they'll pull up a bit sore, but I think they all got through.
Interesting test next week. Perth, they'll be playing for their season, but I think all your guys will be pretty motivated given the way you played against them last time and lost a game that you probably had won it early in the last quarter. There'll be no complacency against them.
No, and really we're all practicing, and to get it right for when it really does count, which is in probably another 3 weeks' time. So, but look, they'll be desperate, but we should be too. We have got some guys that are unavailable at the moment that will be becoming available, and we'll put their hammer up. So the guys that are playing will be pretty keen to play well because you want to stay in the side.
Good luck.
All good. Thanks, mate.